All right, this is a video that I did in my free card class. I did this card right here with the Blossoms in Bloom bundle and the many layered blossom dies. And I used the dies, but first I used shimmery white paper to create the background here. And I've used Rococo Rose ink right here. And I'm gonna take this off because I just noticed it. I don't like these on the back. So pardon me for doing this right now, but I don't like having these on the back. But I put some ink from my re-inker in here. And then I've got mint macaron, so mint macaron. And I have Mary Merlot. Mary Merlot. And I've got a water painter. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by getting this wet. Just getting it all wet. And then I'm going to grab some of the Rococo Rose ink, and I'm just gonna drop some bits of the Rococo Rose ink down wherever. Just kind of let it do its thing. And then I'll clean that off. And then I'm gonna grab some mint macaron ink and try and squeeze that everywhere. Kind of add some swirls in there. I'll clean that off. And then the last one is the Mary Merlot. It's super dark. And then I'll add some of that. I'm running out of water, so I'll just kind of swirl it on. But it's fun to kind of see the ink move. And then just in the interest of time, I'm gonna take a paper towel and just kind of dab it dry. Just kind of let it dry. And I have these two pieces that I have cut out with the many layered dies. These two dies right here. And so I'm just going to put some liquid glue on the back of this one. Around the outside edges and a lot of the inside connecting corners. And an easier way to get adhesive on these thin line dies is to use the self-adhesive sheets that Stampin' Up sells. That would be a lot easier. So just keep those handy near your die cuts so that you remember to use them. I always forget to use them, so I need to get them out. Put put them next to my die cutting machine. All right, I've almost got all the outside, inside, some outside, inside. And then we'll just layer this right on top. The one benefit about the liquid glue is you've got some time to kind of move it and put it in the right spot. Next, I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White and I'm going to use the fancy label punch, and I'm going to punch out a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to again use the Merry Merlot. And I'm going to stamp Thinking of You. Just right in the middle. This is getting dry, but before I get it completely dry, I am going to put some shimmer paint on it. So I'm going to use Stampin' Spritzer, and I've got some alcohol in there as well as some shimmer paint. Some of the Frost White all-purpose shimmer paint. So I've got that in here. So I'm going to move everything aside. I'm just gonna make sure I know where that's pointed. And I'm just gonna spray that. And it's all shimmery. And then I will put some glue on here. So I'm gonna try and put it everywhere. Okay. And let's see if this is dry. It's all shimmery. I'm gonna use some of the Stampin' Seal. Got some cat hair on it. I'm gonna try to get that as flat as possible. And then we'll lay this down. And I've got some really nice thick textured mint macaron ribbon here that I'm just going to add across the bottom. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive right here in the middle to just tack it down in the middle. And then I'll add some adhesive on the back. And then I really like to add dimensionals to the back of my cards here. And I'll add this to the mint macaron card base. So this is a fun technique that you can do on any of our open dies. There are many of them in our catalog, like the butterfly dies and so forth. So really fun technique, and each one is going to be different. And I last of all need to add that. So I like to use the edge pieces. So I'm actually gonna borrow some from here. I just like to put it on the top and bottom so I create an area or a channel for my ribbon to go through and my label doesn't flap about. So we'll just add that. And then it's not flopping around. So there we go. There is our Blossoms in Bloom with the shimmer watercolor background. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you join me for my next free card class next Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks. Bye.